Hey everybody, Jerome, B.F.A.M cooking. You know what this is. This happens to be something unique. We've been doing it we've only done it once so far. Now we're on our second one. Later we'll be doing our third one. Later in this week I'll be recording again. But today we are doing Beyond the Restaurant Door. You know what that means. It's a one-on-one between myself and a professional chef to get some tidbits about them, find out what they're doing, and see if we can get some insights for what you can do at home also. So today, we have somebody really, really special. I met this young lady on Facebook. That's right, one of the Facebook groups that's out there. And she's on Instagram, and you should follow her on Twitter. You should just get behind her and on pretty much all the applications, YouTube, everything. But today we have someone really, really special. And her name is not my name, which is what my application is throwing on there, which is kind of weird. There you go. And live, boom. Hello, Chef.
Hello.
And Chef Roc. How do you like to say your first name?
My name is Mireille.
Mireille, like the pattern that you get on a camera. If you have some type of, that's what they call it. It's the verticals and horizontal pattern that you get. But anyway, I don't want.
If you say so, my name is French. Well, my name is a very common French name.
Very common French name. Does it mean? What does it mean exactly? It means something.
It comes from the Latin word mireo, which means to admire.
To admire. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So maybe that's the pattern. Maybe that's why they call it the pattern. It's that way. It's a kind of a you're into it sort of pattern. You're seeing all different types of directions, and everybody's drawn into it. What do you think?
It's quite possible.
It's quite possible. So anyway, tell me a little about yourself, Chef.
Okay, my name is Chef Mireille. I'm a born and bred New Yorker. I have of Caribbean parents. So I'm a first generation American, and I've been working as a freelance chef for several years in New York. So I do a little bit of everything. I do catering, I do personal chef, I work as a chef instructor. My background, I pretty much worked in everything having to do with food. I was a nursery school chef. I've worked at high-end tea houses. I've worked at hotels, just about everything. And I'm also an active food blogger where I present traditional recipes from around the world.
Well, that's really cool, Chef. I'm curious. I saw on your site that you do a lot of travel. Do you? Now we're in pandemic. It's kind of difficult for anybody to get any place. So how are you doing that these days?
Well, I haven't really been traveling too much, but I think that you can still travel the world by cooking foods of different countries, and you can bring a little part of the world to your dinner table, even if you're stuck at home.
Like what, Chef? What are you telling? What are you saying that you can bring?
You can bring anything. You can cook anything. Cook Thai food. Cook and imagine yourself in Thailand. Cook Indian food. Imagine yourself in India. You're missing the last vacation you took to Spain. Cook up some patatas bravas, and it'll bring you back to your trip to Spain.
Well, that's great. I really personally like, and my wife loves Thai food. What would you suggest from there? My favorite is the Pad Thai, of course. Everybody loves Pad Thai.
My favorite is cow soy. Cow soy.
What's cow soy?
Cow soy comes from the city of Chiang Mai, so it's a northern Thai dish, and it's basically a curried chicken noodle soup. But what's so delicious about it is that it not only has fresh noodles inside, but then it's also garnished with these deep fried noodle bundles on top. So you get the different textures of both the soft noodles and the crispy noodles.
Okay, soft noodles and crispy noodles. Soft noodles and crispy noodles. So one is fried, I assume?
Yeah, so the soft noodles are inside the actual soup, and then it's usually garnished with just like a big bundle. They stick it in the deep fryer, and then that's what's placed on top of the soup.
Okay. Does it have traditional Thai flavors like lemongrass or any of those things?
Yes, yes. In fact, this recipe is on my blog. So if you want to try it, you can go to my blog. So you can buy cow soy paste, but I actually have the actual recipe to make the paste itself, and then actually to make the cow soy soup afterwards with the paste.
So in that paste, tell me some of those flavors.
So in the paste, you have a lot of typical Thai flavors: lemongrass, chilies, galangal. All of those common Thai flavors.
Okay. And a little bit more about your history then. Why travel? How did you decide that traveling would be the way for you?
Well, for me, I grew up traveling. I come from a really diverse family. So every year we went on vacation and we went to a different country every year. And I was always influenced by all the different foods and flavors that I got to experience from a young child because of all these places I went. And not only that, they would come to visit us and they would stay with us and they would cook food from wherever. So my Dutch family would, cook their food. My Indonesian family would cook their food. And that's how I got exposed to so many different cultural foods from a very young age.
Well, tell you, sometimes the buttons, they just don't pay attention to you. So I saw on your website that you had some stuff from that were Middle Eastern countries. I guess that's what you would call it, or European Eastern. Is that correct?
I have everything. So
have you been to these countries before?
I haven't been to, no, not every country's food that I represent have I traveled to. I would love if that were the case. But, I'm also a big history person. From the time I was in school, I loved history. So I study food history. I study how culture affects food choices, how war, geography, all of this affects food choices people have had to make. And just by doing my own research, and I am lucky, I live in the global capital of the world, and there's no ingredient that I can't find in New York City to be able to cook authentic traditional foods from every single cuisine.
Well, Chef, as you know, I'm on Long Island, which I consider part of the global capital of the world. I mean, it is.
You're a little off, but I'll give you a pass.
A little off? Come on. We're on Long Island, and the most important thing about being on Long Island is that you have opportunity, and of course, you have opportunity to do a lot of different things, and one is cooking and finding nice chefs, like yourself. So, what are you doing in the future now that you're locked down?
Now that I'm locked down, to tell you the truth, I've been really working on my blog a lot. So I definitely do that. I do live cooking classes on Instagram. I'm probably going to be doing some. So those for right now are absolutely free, but I'm probably going to be starting some online cooking classes that are a little bit more structured coming up soon. And what else? Just really focusing on that. I did a whole series on Instagram recently. I have a 12-part series there that I did all about zero waste cooking, which I think is so important for now. Not only do we want to contribute to saving our environment for the next generation, but also it helps save you a lot of money as well. So I just finished doing that whole series, and I'm working on putting it into some kind of a book so that people can have it all in one place. So that's basically what I've been working on.
Outstanding, Chef. So just make sure are there any other things that you would like to mention today that I could tell my people about yourself or opportunity that you're planning on doing that maybe way in the future you'd love to see happen?
Way. There's a lot of stuff I have in the works for way in the future, but nothing I can talk about right now. For the time being, they should just follow me on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. I do a lot of, like I said, I have a weekly series. So there's lots of, just go through my IGTV series and you can get lots of cooking tips, cooking ideas, recipes with global inspiration. And just if they follow me, they will be informed the second I have anything new to report.
Chef, thank you very much for taking your time today to tell us all about the travels that you've been doing, the types of food that you're working on. I, again, am Jerome from Long Island, B.F.A.M Cooking. Love to see you guys around. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. And I hope this was a productive event. Please ask some questions in the comments so I can get it to the next chef. Some of the chefs are out there. Be like Chef Russ. We're looking at talking with Michael Jenkins from Butter. We have a lot of different chefs coming up. I hope you guys stay tuned.